All right, grade 2. Today's today's grammar lesson is very simple and something that we took last year. So last year when we learned how to write a letter, we said that when you begin a letter, instead of saying hello, you must have a greeting. You must start a letter in a certain way. So we usually start a letter with the word dear. Okay? It says here we put a comma after the greeting of a letter. So when you begin the letter, you must start with a greeting. Means like saying hello or something. But in a letter, you start a letter with the word dear, and you write the person's name that you are sending it to. Like for example, this is the greeting, Dear Bobby, and we put the comma after the person's name. So it says here, when you begin a letter, you put a comma after the greeting, and the greeting is the word dear, and then you write the person's name. So after I say dear and the person's name, I put a comma. And then you write your letter, and before you end it or finish it, you have to close it. So it says here, put a comma after the closing of a letter. Means in the end of the letter, you want to say that you're finished. So you can finish the letter with a word such as love, and then comma, your friend, and then comma. So you put a comma after the closing. Okay, but when you finish the letter, you say a nice word such as your friend, and then you write your name. So you write the word and then comma, and then you sign your name. All right? So in the greeting, you put the comma after the person's name, and in the closing, you put the comma after the closing, and then you write it, and then you write your name. All right? Like for example, if I say yours truly, this is a closing. You end the letter. This is a word you can end your letter with. You can say yours truly, then I put a comma, and then you send your name. Like if I was writing a letter and I finished it, I would say yours truly, and then comma, and then I would write my name, Amy. Okay? Number 2, Dear Amanda. Dear Amanda, that's a greeting. That's how a way I would begin a letter. So after Amanda, I would put a comma. Okay? Number 3, Dear Jacob. We always begin a letter with the word dear and then the name of the person I'm sending it to. So Dear Jacob, I will put a comma after the name, Dear Jacob. Okay, your friend. Your friend is one of the words I use to finish or close a letter, and I will put a comma after your friend. Okay, so I would put a comma after your friend, and then I will write my name. Okay, Dear Rory, I would after Rory, I would put a comma. Okay, number 6, Dear Grandpa, also a greeting. I would put a comma after Grandpa. All right, your grandson. This is a closing. I would put a comma after your grandson, and then I would write the name of the name of the person. Okay, so when we begin a letter, you always begin with the word dear and the person's name. But when you end it, you can end it in many ways, such as yours truly, your friend, your grandson, sincerely, with many thanks, love. Okay, again, Dear Taylor, is this a greeting or a closing? It's a greeting, and I put the comma after the person's name. Sincerely. Sincerely is a closing, and you put a comma after sincerely, and then you write your name because you're finishing your letter. Number 10, With many thanks. This is a way I'm closing the letter, and then I put a comma after it, and then you sign your name. Okay, I hope you guys understand it. It's very simple, but usually people make mistakes where to put the comma, especially with closing. Okay, because they get confused. They put the comma after the person's name in the closing. No, here in the closing you put after the closing, you put the comma and then you write your name. It says here, write the letter, add commas and capital letters where they belong. Okay, so dear Mayor Cole. What is wrong here? Cole should be capital. Okay, Cole should be capital because this is the name of the mayor, right? So dear Mayor Cole, I will make Cole with capital letter. There is a litter here means garbage or rubbish in Greenville. Greenville is a name of a place or a town. So Greenville should begin with capital letter. Why? Because it's a name of a place. Okay? There is litter in Greenville. We see cans, bottles, and paper. Here we have a series, more than one things. Can, bottles. So what do? We put a comma after cans and after bottles. Okay. Do we put a comma after the and? No. We can see cans, bottles, and paper on Main Street. Oh, this is the name of a street. How should we start Main? With capital letter and street also with capital letter because it's a name of a street. Okay, again, dear Major Cole, there is litter in Greenville. We can see cans, bottles, and paper on Main Street. Main Street, we capitalized M and we capitalized S of street. I think more trash containers would help. Sincerely, see how she closed the letter, sincerely, and then comma, and then she signed her name. So here Sasha, this is her person's name. Sasha is her first name, must begin with capital letter, and Sims is her last name, which also should begin with capital letter. Okay, so here we capitalized the names such as Cole and Greenville and Main Street and Sasha and Sims. We also put commas, right? Okay. Remember, in a greeting, you put the comma after the person's name, but in a closing, you put the comma after the clothing, and then you write the person's name. Here we have, it says make the nouns in the bracket more than one. Here we will make each noun into a plural, such as to class visit the zoo. Class will become classes. We will add es because the word ends with s. We ride on to bus. Bus also ends with s, so we add es to make it plural. Okay, some friend laugh at the monkeys. Friend, plural of friend is friends. Okay, we just added s. The child loved the elephants. The plural of child is children. Okay, so class, classes, bus, buses, friend, friends, child, children. What about lunch? Lunches. We eat our lunches, okay, at noon. Lunches we add es because it ends with ch. Here it says also write the letter, add commas, and use the possessive form of nouns in each bracket. Okay, so first they want us to write the letter and then to make the possessive noun of the words in the brackets 7, 8, and 9. Okay, dear Felicity. How do you start a letter? With a greeting, dear Felicity. What do I put after Felicity? A comma. Very good. My school trip was fun. I want to make the trip that belongs to the school. So how can I make the trip possessive? Okay, I write the word school. This is singular noun, and I make apostrophe S, and then I put, this is how it becomes plural. The school's trip. Okay, we write the word school because it's the one on bracket, and apostrophe S. This is singular possessive. An elephant feet are so big. Okay, the feet that belongs to the elephant. What do? I write the word elephant. Is the singular, plural? Singular. I put a comma and then S. Okay? Because it's also singular now. The elephant's feet are so big. Here, number 9, 2 monkeys' tricks were funny. Okay, here the word monkey is plural. So what do? I just put the apostrophe to make it possessive. Okay, because this is plural possessive now. The monkey's tricks were funny. Your friend Carrie. We are closing the letter. Okay, where do I put the comma? After the closing. Your friend, and then I put the comma, and then I write the person name. I write my name. So who is sending the letter? Carrie. Who is she sending it to? Felita, sorry. Felita. So, dear Felita, my school's trip was fun. An elephant's feet are so big. 2 monkeys' tricks were funny. Your friend, Carrie. Okay, so we put a comma after the greeting and also after the closing. But in the closing, you write your name or the sender's name. All right? Hope it was an easy lesson. Okay, and a quick review. See you guys next time.